Hey YouTube, good evening. So today I have literally got a mystery unboxing. Um, I won an auction on eBay for a box of records, and his record description said, I guess it was like some 80s albums and some pop albums, and it was kind of vague. And I kind of went back and forth with the seller after I won it, and came to the conclusion that it was just some guy selling some old records at I guess a family member's house that I don't know if they passed away. I don't know really. I just seemed like he was just trying to get rid of them. So we went back and forth, and ultimately, I was trying to coach him up on how to ship these. And then I just kind of come to the realization that it's like a lottery ticket as far as I'm concerned. You buy a scratch off and you spend, $2, $5, and sometimes you win 20, sometimes you don't win anything. So I think part of I spent $25 with shipping total. So part of this is just going to be fun going through and just looking at it. Could be complete junk, could be some stuff I want in here, but I thought it would be, like I said, just kind of fun, just to see what happened. If it's all junk, I'll buy a bunch of clock mechanisms and turn them into clocks and sell them off. Whatever I can do to recover the $25, but it's not that big of an investment. And again, I'm not expecting 13th floor elevators, first pressing of Easter everywhere, but it'd be nice to have a couple of things I don't have. 80s, could be anything with 80s, but again, I'd be happy with a couple albums from the 80s that if they're in decent shape. And I kind of rambling on. I just like I said, it's kind of for the fun of it. So let's see. You're gonna experience this with me. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the top of the box, and then what I'm gonna do is I'll switch the camera around so at my kind of normal camera angle that I use for my other unboxing and show and tell videos, and then I'll just pull them out one by one and take a look at them. So here we go. I kind of coached the guy up on, again, how to pack these. It's kind of hard when I want to say there was 29 or 30 records that he put in here. So you can imagine it's pretty heavy. Okay, so let's change the angle back to the desk. Sorry. Try to get it kind of centered here. All right. So I've got a Ken Griffin Plays Romantic Waltzes. It's a Columbia label. It's got some, you can see it there. Got some like sleeve wear, but the problem is there's no sleeve, so it's probably just been taking a beating in the outer sleeve. But okay, so and we got another Waltzes album. This one does have an inner sleeve, but the outer thing is, so you can see, it's pretty beat up. And these are all going to need a really good cleaning. From Wagnall's Family Library of Great Music, Mozart, the Piano Concerto in B flat. It comes with inner booklets. Probably get this on the bargain bin of just about any record store, but honestly I don't have any Mozart. Can't really go wrong with Mozart, so I'll take that as a one up for my collection. Let's see how the album looks. This one's like a near mint. Looks really good. Okay, whoever had this was a fan of waltzes. Let me kind of tilt this. I do like I love these old inner sleeves. Macbeth soundtrack. That's kind of cool. Glenn Miller. I like how it tells you, excuse me, it's got different, basically it's explaining what stereo is. It's kind of funny. Another record. It looks like it's got some sleeve wear, but for the most part it's in pretty good shape. If anyone wants to come over and rock out to some waltzes, you know where to go. This one just looks really dirty. Nothing a good wash can't cure. More waltzes. This one's just really dirty, but the vinyl looks like it's just about, it's pretty much mint or near mint. I'll have to buy a pack of, if I decide to keep these, maybe a pack of some inner sleeve protectors, because Some of these don't have them at all. More waltzes. This one's pretty beat up as far as a lot of sleeve wear. This side's not as bad. This is a large, kind of like a mini box set of the world's greatest waltzes. I'm telling you, it's on for the waltz party. This has got multiple albums in it. This is a Reader's Digest box set. The vinyl on that one looked pretty good, at least the first record. I'm not going to go through all these. Let's do this. Let's move some of these over. And I've got another, here's a Beethoven box set, 9 symphonies, Columbia, 7 record set. But inside is not that. I've got 101 Dalmatians, which is in horrible condition, from Disneyland. Cruella de Vil, man. But then the 9 Symphony. Let's see if all 7's in here. Maybe there's some. The Beethoven albums look pretty awesome. So maybe that 101 Dalmatians was just a bonus. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, a light source. It looks like there's 6 of the Mozart albums and then 101 Dalmatians. Okay, now this I can dig. Movie hits and other romantic songs. Theme from Godfather, Nicholas and Alexandra, Godspell, Spartacus, Brian's song, Joy to the World, I Like to Teach the World to Sing. Godfather's pretty bad. That's worth it just for the Godfather. Pretty dirty, but vinyl's in pretty good shape. Sorry, a little. It's hard to try to pick these up and not hit the box and hit the camera at the same time. 25 most beloved melodies. Vinyl's decent on that one. Here we go, some more themes. Goldfinger, Magnificent Seven, You Only Live Twice, Lawrence of Arabia. Vinyl looks pretty good on that one. Goldfinger, that's worth it alone. Shirley Bassey. Alright, here we go. 80s albums. Nice. The Cars. do not have this one. So now we're starting to get into the stuff. Okay, sorry people. Cars album's pretty good. There's like a smudge right here, I can't tell. See right there. Again, these are going to need a good cleaning, so I think some of that might come off. Get these out. Another good one. Boston, nice. Trying to, starting to speak my language. The cover's pretty beat up. Yeah, it's got some pretty good wear. It's a lot of dirt though. I think wash that off, and a lot of that might get fixed up pretty good. I do have this album already. Neil Diamond, 12 Greatest Hits. I don't have any Neil Diamond, so Sweet Caroline is on here. That's all I need. It's another dirty record. It looks pretty good, other than just needs a nice clean. It's just... Okay, so as we get into this and we got through all the waltzes, starting to get to some stuff that I'm excited about. Phil Collins, No Jacket Required. Again, vinyl looks okay, just needs to be cleaned. So, I mean, I calculated the price I paid with shipping, basically $1 a piece for these, so it's not too bad. Got some more Mozart. This is in French. The whole thing is, looks like. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. Cover is pretty beat up. Looks like some water damage, but let's see what's inside. Again, vinyl looks pretty good. Just needs to be cleaned. It's not a bad one to have right there. I don't have this one. This is beat up pretty good, but West Side Story, that's pretty good. The vinyl's really dirty. Some sleeve wear, but not unplayable. That's a pretty good gash right there. Well, again, let's see. Run it through some mild detergent and some water and see what happens. Well, my daughter's gonna be happy with this. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This one's seen better days. Yeah, this one's got a lot of sleeve wear. Some kid back in the day probably listened to the hell out of this record. Puff the Magic Dragon. There's actually two different Puff. Hell yeah, it's Cher. Look at that. That's awesome. That one's pretty good. Whoever was putting them in back in their sleeves like missed. A lot of these have sleeves like this, but they weren't actually in the inner sleeve. They were just slid between the sleeve, the inner sleeve and the outer. Here we go, James Brown, Showtime. Nice. Can't go wrong with James Brown. See how it looks inside. This one looks pretty good. Smash Records. This one's got a lot of dirt on it, just needs to be clean. There's a little gash here. Doesn't feel like a scratch. Otis Redding and Carla Thomas. Sleeve wear, but again, there's a lot of these. I don't know if that's like a dirt or if that is a scratch. It doesn't feel like. You know, you can kind of run your finger on something like that and you can usually feel the scratch, but it doesn't feel like that. So I'm hoping, again, we can clean that off. Fabulous Ray Charles. It's very heavy and just needs a clean. Mr. Charlie Pride, Bill Cosby, 200 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm going to kind of move through these now because this video is pretty long. Cars Panorama. Peter Pan. Dumbo. Aladdin. Hall & Oates Lifetime. Lawrence Welk, World's Finest Music. Another Bing Crosby Christmas. Gene Autry, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Bill Cosby, I Started Out as a Child. Nutcracker Suite. Chicago. Alan Parsons Project Pyramid. Alan Parsons Project iRobot. And lastly, Styx Equinox. Okay, well, I'm going to end it there. I know this is a pretty long video, but yeah, some decent stuff in there. A lot of it was just very, very worn out, but I think I could save a few of these and get my money's worth out of it. It looked pretty fun to go through all that. But hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for sticking around for 27 minutes to watch this, and have a good evening.